On August 6, 1945, at 8:15 in the morning, an entire city simply disappeared. Not bombed, not burned, not shelled, but erased. In Tokyo, the Japanese High Command sat inside dim rooms of the Imperial General Headquarters, unaware that the world had just changed forever. Radio operators tried again and again to contact Hiroshima. Every frequency was silent. Every line was dead. Even reconnaissance aircraft couldn't see the city, only a rising column of white smoke stretching miles into the sky. Stay until the end to learn how the Japanese leadership reacted behind closed doors, and how that reaction became the beginning of the end for the Second World War. The moment Hiroshima fell silent. When the bomb detonated, military headquarters in Tokyo did not yet know. Communication lines went dead instantly, but that was not unusual. American B-29 raids had damaged networks before. But then came the reports. Units outside the city could not reach their commanders. Railway lines were unresponsive, civil defense networks had gone dark. Weather stations in Hiroshima stopped transmitting. Within minutes, Tokyo knew something was wrong, but not what. A staff officer later recalled in his diary, "Every attempt to contact Hiroshima met with silence. Something unprecedented had occurred. This was the first sign that the event was far beyond anything the Japanese military had ever seen. The recon plane and the first horrified report." Tokyo dispatched a reconnaissance aircraft with strict orders. "Fly to Hiroshima. Report back instantly." 2 hours later, when the pilot made visual contact, he was speechless. Below him was no city, no landmarks, no streets, only a vast circular scar, still burning, still glowing, stretching farther than the eye could see. His transmission was brief. "Hiroshima has been destroyed." He could not explain how. He did not understand what he was seeing, only that everything was gone. That report shocked even the most hardened military staff. Fascinated with World War II planes? Check out the video description for detailed replicas of your favorite World War II fighter, such as the P-51, Corsair, Spitfire, and many more. Perfect for collectors, as gift for a loved one, or for anyone who admires the heroes of World War II. Now, back to the video. The High Command gathers in silence. General Anami, Foreign Minister Togo, Prime Minister Suzuki, and members of the Supreme War Council assembled. Japan had suffered catastrophic bombings before. Tokyo, Osaka, Yokohama, but Hiroshima was a military city, defended, prepared, warned. It could not have been obliterated in a single strike. The High Command debated explanations. A fuel-air explosion? A new type of incendiary device? Multiple bombs igniting simultaneously? A chemical explosion from ammunition depots? None fit the sheer scale. An American broadcast later reached them. A single bomb had done it. A bomb powered by the atom. The room went silent. It was the first moment Tokyo realized the United States possessed a weapon capable of wiping out cities instantly. Panic, confusion, and the unthinkable realization. Japan's intelligence agencies confirmed that the US had been pursuing nuclear research for years. Now it was real. Now it was airborne. Now it was unstoppable. Some generals insisted the Americans only had one bomb. Others warned that the United States, with its enormous industrial capacity, may already be mass-producing them. But one thing was certain. Japan had no defense, no countermeasure, and no time. Minutes later, an urgent message arrived. President Truman announced to the world that the US possessed a rain of ruin from the air, unlike anything in history. Another silence fell over the High Command, the Emperor's Council, and the final pressure point. For the first time in the war, the Emperor himself demanded a direct briefing. He asked only one question: how many more of these bombs will fall? No one in the room could answer. That is when the realization struck them. If the US had even one more bomb, Tokyo could be next. The fear was not military defeat. That was already likely. The fear was national annihilation. Entire cities gone, an entire nation erased in days. This was the moment that broke the resistance of Japan's military hardliners. Nagasaki and the end of all doubt. 3 days later, August 9th, Nagasaki vanished. With it came certainty. The United States did have more bombs. They could keep dropping them. Japan could not stop them. General Kawabe admitted privately, "We cannot fight a weapon that destroys a city in a single blow." For the first time, surrender was openly discussed, not as shame, but as survival. The secret meeting that ended the war. On August 10th, Japan's Supreme War Council met again. This time, the fear was different. Not of the Allies, but of what would happen if the atomic bomb continued. Japan's scientists warned that the bomb was not magic. It was physics, and physics did not run out. America could build more, possibly hundreds more. The Emperor then made a declaration that ended the war. We must endure the unendurable. He ordered Japan to accept the Allied terms. For the first time, the war was truly over. The Japanese High Command had faced firebombing, naval blockade, invasion, and the loss of entire armies. But none of that convinced them to surrender. What changed everything was the realization that a new era of warfare had begun, an era where a single bomb could erase a city. When Hiroshima vanished, so did any hope that the war could continue. This is a true World War II story, because sometimes catastrophe shapes history. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more true World War II stories.